What's going on? Germs here. I'm back with another review. It's almost Thanksgiving Day, so I figured it'd be fitting to dig out this old brown bag relic. It's going to be menu number 7, turkey diced with gravy. So stick with me, and we'll see if this would have been a good Thanksgiving meal for the troops. All right, so this is the US MRE menu number 7, turkey diced with gravy. It's got accessory packet A, and packed by Right Away Foods Corp out of McAllen, Texas. And this is one of the original menus of the MRE. The MRE came out in 1981, and this menu was available from 1981 to 1987. So let's tear into this, check some date codes, and let's see when this is from. All right, so we've got accessory packet A. We've got our main, turkey diced with gravy. Here's the ingredients. Pause if you'd like. We've got some apple jelly. We've got some cocoa beverage powder, type 1, fortified. Oh, nice. We've got freeze-dried pears. And they feel perfect. There's no delamination. Feels like the vacuum seal is good. So those should be good. We've got a maple nut cake. And right there is the date code. So that is the 337th day of 1986. We've got our crackers, and I don't believe these have salt on them. It's a little too late in the 80s for salt. All right, that's our MRE Thanksgiving dinner. Let's slap it down and see what we got. Perfect. All right, so the first thing I want to do is get this turkey diced with gravy into some boiling water. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to eat this, but I've eaten older, so if it was stored properly, who knows? And I'm not seeing any date codes on the outer package. Usually there is, but doesn't appear there is any on this one. So let's open it up. Okay, so the retort pouch looks good, and it looks like this was actually made on the 56th day of 1986. So quite a bit older than the maple nut roll. There's no delamination that I can see. So I'm going to go get this into some boiling water, and I will be right back. All right, one thing I just thought of. I want to heat this maple nut cake up. So let's open this up, see what we can do. Yeah, we can do that. I think I'm going to go throw this in because I want this heated up. All right, so my guess is that maple nut cake is not going to be good. I'm sure that the walnuts are probably rancid. So we're at least going to heat it up. Maybe it'll be good. So let's open this accessory packet and see what we got. All right, so we got our Tuffco Bung Fluff out of Green Bay, Wisconsin. We've got our Army matches, white tip. We have coffee instant with ascorbic acid, cream substitute non-dairy dry. Got some sugar, iodized salt, and our chiclets. Looks like they're going to be spearmint. And that's what you get in the accessory packet A. Let's see if these crackers are any good. Vacuum seal looks really good on them. Let's see if it held up. Oh, I heard it. Very good vacuum seal on those. And those look really good. Nice and toasted. No salt, unfortunately. Let's give them a smell. They smell fine. They smell perfect. And actually, one thing I did not do is smell the accessory packet. Smells very old. Smells a little different than normal. Almost has an old inner tube smell to it. Yeah, not like it usually is, but it's an old smell. Definitely old. All right, while we're waiting for that main and the maple nut cake, I want to make this cocoa beverage powder type 1. Looks perfect. Smells perfect. It says to add 1 1/4 canteen cups of hot water. And you know, one thing we're missing a spoon. And actually, I think that's it. I think it fell out onto the floor when I was opening things up. So old school MCI style spoon. So there's about 1 1/4. Let's give that a stir. And let's set it back over here. So far, this ration looks really, really well preserved, actually. It's looking like I might be able to eat everything in this. So let's try these crackers. Let's give them a taste on their own. Those are not stale whatsoever. Those are really, really good. Nice and toasted. The flavor is great. There's no off flavor to them. They are really, really good. So let's see if this jelly made it. This is probably the item that makes me the most nervous right here. But I have a feeling it's going to be just fine. Give that a smell. Can't really smell much. But let's see what it looks like. Let's get just a little bit out and see if it's any good. I mean, it's dark, but it's from 1986, so that's to be expected. I mean, it actually does not look bad. Let me give it another smell. Not much smell to it. Well, let's give it a shot. Yeah, that is perfect. That is excellent jelly. There is nothing wrong with that. I have no complaints with that. That is excellent. Yeah, that is very, very good. That survived very well. Unbelievable. Seriously. 1986. And it's still good. I want to save some of these crackers for the turkey with gravy, but man, this is excellent. All right, I'm going to save what little bit I have left of this. Let's try some of this hot cocoa. Very, very hot. But it's a little off. I don't know if I put too much water in it, but it is just a little off. It's got a definite old flavor. Like it's been in a basement for 35 years. And there's our turkey. And there's our maple nut cake. That worked well. Let's open up this maple nut cake. Like I said, I think the nuts are going to be rancid. Ooh, it's really, really hot. You know, usually they're like black, but those nuts don't look black. They actually look okay. Yeah, that's interesting. And then let's get our turkey out. Wow, that's hot. I'm going to have to use a knife. And that's what it looks like. Looks fine. It actually smells perfect. It has no rotten smell. It doesn't smell old. It smells like it was made yesterday. Yeah, that's incredible. Let's get it out. Yeah, this smells fantastic. It smells really, really good. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. So I'm just going to go in for a little bite. Make sure there's no tingling or numbness in my mouth before I really dig into this, but it smells fantastic. I really don't think there's going to be anything wrong with this. Yeah, that's incredible. It tastes fantastic. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this. It tastes like it was just made last week. It's mind-boggling that this could be this good. Now, I boiled this for a good, I'd say 25 minutes. So hopefully, if there is anything that was in here, it's dead. Yeah, there is nothing wrong with this. There is nothing that leads me to believe that this is rotten or bad in any way. I mean, it's fantastic. I'm just floored. Yeah, that's amazing. So I'm going to crunch up some crackers in here. Soak up some of that gravy, those crackers. And let's go for a bite. Yeah, the crackers give it even more depth. You know, if I were in the situation where I had to eat Thanksgiving dinner out in the field in the military, this would be okay. I wouldn't be complaining. So one thing I want to try. So for Thanksgiving, you have cranberry sauce. Let's try a little apple jelly with this concoction. That's actually a pretty good combo. It's not cranberry sauce. Doesn't have that vinegar sour bite to it, but that sweetness really helps. Kind of wish I would have saved a little more of this jelly. I figured for whatever reason turkey would not last, but this is perfect. It truly amazes me that rations this old can still be as good as they are. The turkey is very tender. The gravy is really, really good. Surprisingly good. It's actually better than some of the store-bought turkey gravies I've had. That was amazing. I'm just floored. Every time I eat one of these from the early 80s or any of these older 80s, early 90s, it just amazes me. I can't believe they're still good. It makes you wonder what kind of stuff they put in them to preserve them that long, but hey, whatever. It works. All right, so one thing we have not done, we haven't done our coffee. I'm just going to add it right to our cocoa. We're going to add our sugar. And we're going to see if this cream substitute's any good. And it is. Make this cocoa a little more creamy. Let's give it all a stir. And let's give this a shot. Not bad. Not picking up much coffee flavor in that, though. It is a little sweeter from the sugar and a little creamier from the creamer, but I'm not tasting much coffee. That sugar really helped, though. That made it a lot better. Like I said, it tastes a bit old. You can taste that old ration taste. It's hard to explain unless you've ever opened one of these. It's hard to explain that smell. I mean, it's kind of like an old basement or an old building, an industrial type building or an industrial office space from the, early 80s or 70s, but it's not a bad smell. It's hard to explain. So again, this maple nut cake, was probably the thing I was worried the most about. So I'm going to give it a little nibble and see what happens. That is perfectly fine. Unreal. That is unbelievable. That is perfectly fine. It tastes fantastic. You can definitely pick up that maple flavor. The nuts, the walnuts are not rancid at all. It's warm because I heated it up, so it's kind of moist. Yeah, this is excellent. And it's got these almost crispy edges to them that are really, really nice. It kind of reminds me of a fortune cookie flavor with maple. Even that, like, just the outer layer, it reminds me of fortune cookie. The only thing I can think of is maybe this was frozen for years and years and years, and that's why it's in such good condition. It even looks, everything looked good. The bag wasn't faded. The lettering wasn't faded. Everything just looked good. I'm kind of wishing there was more of this. That is amazing. What, 37 years old? Is that what it is? Yeah, 37. Incredible. And we still have the freeze-dried pears. And these are Oregon Freeze Dry Foods Inc., which is Mountain House. I saved these for last to open them because once you open them, any moisture in the air is going to get to that freeze-dried pear. Perfect. Nothing wrong with that. Let's give it a shot dry. Yeah, these are so good. I really lucked out. A lot of times the package gets punctured, moisture gets to them, and they turn brown and not the best. But these are fantastic. And with freeze-dried fruit, I've noticed, because I have freeze dryer and I have freeze-dried fruit, the sweetness intensifies when you freeze dry fruit. So this is very, very sweet. And they may have added sugar to it, but you know, the freeze-dried fruit, it's just an intense, concentrated, sweet pear. All right, let's put some water on that, reconstitute it. It's not going to take much. Just a little bit of water. That should be plenty. If we need more, we can add more. You don't want to go too heavy on the water, or else it'll just be too runny. Yeah, that did the trick. Let's take a bite. Yeah, that worked well. Worked very well. Still a little bit crunchy, but man, that flavor is super concentrated and it's excellent. And I'm not too terribly worried, but might as well. Got to kill those germs in Germ's tummy, if there is any, which I doubt. All right, so let's check out this toilet paper, or bung fluff. You got plenty of bung fluff for all your bung needs. Let's check out our matches. They work. And last thing, this chewing gum. Spearmint. Pretty hard. Good spearmint flavor. But like most chewing gum in these rations, the flavor is almost instantly gone. But it'd be good for getting that turkey out of your teeth. Well, there you have it. That is a 1986 menu number 7 turkey diced with gravy. I am absolutely floored by this ration. I had very low expectations with this. I thought for sure that turkey was not going to be good, but it was great. It was perfect. It was actually like it was packed last week. The gravy was phenomenal. Like I said earlier, much better than some of the canned gravy you can buy at the store today. I mean, it was excellent. Great turkey flavor, not too salty, very tender turkey chunks. It was absolutely phenomenal for 37 years old. Everything in this ration was great. The only thing that I have any complaint on is actually just the cocoa beverage powder, but that wasn't even bad. I'm truly astonished that a ration this old can actually hold up and be just as good as it was the day it was packed. So if I were a soldier back in the 80s and it was Thanksgiving and I got this ration, I'd have been very happy. There was actually a lot of food here. I'm really full. Lots of turkey. That maple nut cake, again, had no expectation that that was going to be good, but it was fantastic. It's a lot of food, actually. Very filling and very, very good. So if you were a soldier on Thanksgiving and had to eat this menu back in the day, it'd be kind of a little taste of home that would maybe boost your morale on Thanksgiving, not being with your family, being out in the conditions that you would be in. So in my opinion, this was a good menu and I'd have been happy with it. And I would rate this probably higher than some of the newer rations I've had, even though it's 37 years old. I'm kind of in disbelief that this was so good. I mean, I have had old rations like this from the early 80s, and I've said it before, it always astonishes me how well some of these 80s MREs hold up, but I have not had chicken this old or turkey this old. I figured any type of poultry would not hold up, and it did. So if you're still here and you're still with me and you stuck with me through this journey, I really appreciate you sticking with me. I really appreciate you watching. And if you liked this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you like my content and you want to see more, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And if you subscribe, make sure you click that notification bell so that you're notified when I post new content. And don't forget to share this on your social media if you like my content. So I appreciate you watching, and I hope all of you in the US have a great Thanksgiving, and I will be back soon with another ration review. Later. And this menu almost has an old inner tube tire. Ow, that is hot. But I'm not tasting. So I appreciate you watching, and I hope all of you in the US have it's almost Thanksgiving Day, so I figured it'd be fitting to dig out this old brown bag relic